You ready? My coach, Barbara H. Smith. Why did I hire her? Because she's the best.
Barbara H. Smith is a powerhouse. She just walks in the room and grabs your attention, and she does that in a way that just makes you feel loved and like she's paying attention to you. She cares about you, and she wants to see you be your best self.
She was able to dig inside and find the passion that was deep within me.
Barbara's energy is one of the reasons that I had to have her as my coach. I love the way she is real with people.
The reason I felt like I needed a coach was because I have some big goals and I needed to build my confidence. I knew that Barbara could help me do that.
I felt that I could trust her.
I would definitely recommend to get coaching from Barbara H. Smith if you feel like you need to level up your confidence. She would just help you feel like bold, like you can take on the world.
She has really shown me who I am. She has changed my mindset to a place that I know that I am more powerful today than I would have ever been if I had never met Barbara Smith.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, everybody. So glad you're here with me today. I am excited again, as you, I guess you say you're always excited. Well, guess what? I am super excited today. Before I give you that information about my new guest, my guest today, I want to talk to you really quick. Those of you in the 757 area code, there is free flu shots for you based on one of our previous guests. Labs to Go is giving away free flu shots for tomorrow only till 6 p.m. So if you're in the 757 or a surrounding neighborhood, please stop by Labs to Go in Virginia Beach. I'll be happy if you do that. Make sure you mention that Barbara H. Smith sent you. So without further ado, I want you to know that this show is about showcasing businesses from around the world. And today we have a business called Siri Premier Eye Care. Siri Premier Eye Care has a new office in Cambridge, Maryland, and an optometric woman-owned practice bringing a unique approach to eye care that is comprehensive, compassionate, and get this, fashionable, my kind of talk. Dr. Siri believes that eye care is health care and eyes can be the mouthpiece for the body. Pardon me, she just got married. Dr. Siri Anderson, okay? And she believes every encounter is focused, solution-driven, and while she's still ensuring that you get a comprehensive examination, she believes in preventative medicine and lays strong emphasis on patient education. She's just not seeing you in there. She's giving you the education called the People's Optometrist. She obtained her undergraduate degree from Salisbury University and proudly serves on the advisory board of CHHS School of the University. Dr. Siri Anderson attended optometry school at Salus University, Pennsylvania, with extensive training at the VA Medical Center in Baltimore. She is currently the president of the Eastern Shore Optometric Association under the Maryland Optometric Association. Dr. Siri is known for her compassion. Dr. Siri Anderson is known for her compassion, thorough eye exams, patient education, and she's a blogger, an advocate for diabetic eye exams, and an active member of the American Diabetic Association. She also loves to play golf and is a dedicated mother to her teenage daughter and her fur son, Blue. Help me welcome to the show, Dr. Siri Anderson.
Hi everyone.
Hey, Dr. Siri. Ask
Hi.
Dr. Siri. I am so excited to have you on the show today. There are so many things I want to talk to you about. But first, tell us a little bit about you.
So I'm Dr. Siri Anderson. I just got married.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I actually was born and raised in Central West Africa, in Cameroon. Moved to the US in 2006. Used to be in IT, did IT for almost 10 years. And then, decided it wasn't for me. I did my job well, but it just wasn't for me. I was called to take care of people's eyes. And so I decided to go back to school, obtain my undergraduate degree, and here we are. I'm an optometrist.
That is fascinating because I also have a background in IT, but I love IT. I'd rather deal with the computers. They don't talk back. You know exactly what they need. They tell you what they need if you know the lingo, and
Right.
just go on from there, you know? So
Right.
so you started in optometry. Did you ever think about optometry way back when you were a kid?
So I thought about being a doctor. That I did think about. To be more specific about optometry, not really, to be honest, but definitely thought about being a doctor because I grew up being sick. So I had lots of doctor visits. And so I was always fascinated, by just the consultation and the treatment and all of that. So I always wanted to be some kind of a doctor. I didn't know exactly which, but when it came to choosing, eye care was very approachable to me because I started wearing glasses when I was very young. And I grew up back in Cameroon, seeing kids that couldn't go to school because their parents couldn't afford neither an eye exam nor a pair of glasses to correct their vision. So when I had to decide, it was easy for me to choose optometry.
Wow. So that's very interesting. So both your passion and your purpose came from your being sick and you're wearing glasses.
Yes.
So let me ask you, I wear glasses. I'm cute today with my contact lenses, and that's why I
Oh,
was
that's good.
pull my glasses out so I can read some stuff. But let me ask you, are there concerns about eye care in our community that you would like to address? I know I heard in your bio that you are concerned with diabetic eye care. Talk to me some about that.
Absolutely. I mean, let's think about it for a second. If, this is one of the first questions I ask people. If I had to ask you right now, out of all your senses, about 6 or 7 of them, right? Out of all of them, if you were supposed to choose one that you're going to lose, will your eyes ever be one of them? No, right? But then if I turn around and ask those same people, when was the last time you had an eye exam? They'll go, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, So think about it. As important as the eyes are, how much do we take care of our eyes? So it's critical. And like you said in my bio, going through the VA, first of all, getting my training from school, early training, and then going through the VA, I saw a lot of diabetic eye disease. Very, very prominent in the American society, period. A lot of Americans are diabetics, those that know it and those that don't. So diabetic eye disease is very prominent. I have had so many uncountable situations where a patient comes in just for, oh, I just want glasses. And before you know it, I'm referring the patient over to a retina specialist to take care of their diabetic eye disease. Or I actually had a patient, she was about 55-year-old female. She came in, again, just for a routine eye exam. I took a look when I went to the point where I had to take a look at the health of her eyes. I saw some bleeding. I stopped. I dilated her, took some pictures. I showed her, and I said, "This looks like diabetes." I said, "When was the last time you actually even had a physical?" And she said, "It's been over 5 years." And I said, "Do you have a family history of diabetes or hypertension?" And she went on, "Yes, yes, yes." And I'm like, okay, I highly suspect that you have diabetes. So number one, I need to send you to a retina specialist. Number two, I need to refer you to a primary care physician. I was like, do you know Do you have a primary care physician? She said no. I said, well, we have to find one and we have to schedule an appointment. And she called back to the office and indicated that yes, she had type 2 diabetes that she
Wow.
was completely unaware of. And now she's on medication for diabetes. And, one thing that's very important about eye disease is, I think with most diseases in general, time of diagnosis is critical.
Yes.
I had another case. I mean, my stories can go on and on. I had another case, young 31-year-old male, came in for an eye exam, because he thought he wasn't seeing, but he had sickle cell disease. And guess what? Sickle cell disease can damage your eyes.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yes. So as I'm speaking right now, 31-year-old, he lost his sight in one of his eyes from
Oh.
sickle cell disease.
Wow, that's so sad.
Exactly. So that's how important the eyes are. So if you don't go for your annual eye exams, then you're setting up yourself for something that will be more difficult to treat, or you just end up losing your sight and not regaining it. Because if you think about it, the eyes are part of the brain. And this is not just a statement. This is actually embryologically, this is biologically.
Well, I want you to say that slower and again so that everybody in the audience understands that. That is a crucial, crucial point.
Very crucial. So the eyes are part of the brain. The origin, the embryological origin, the biological origin of the eye is the same biological origin of the brain. They stem from the same biological origin, meaning that just like your brain, if you have trauma to your brain, there is no coming back. It is the same thing with your eyes. If you have an eye disease that is irreversible, or if you have damage to your eyes that's irreversible, it is irreversible. We cannot, even if we transplant an eye, it's not going to work. Okay, just like the brain. Okay, so same thing. So that's why it's really, really critical. It's very sad when I ask people, when was the last time you had an eye exam, and they look into the ceiling. But those same people go for their dental exams every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
So think about it. We can take out your entire mouth, like the entire dentition, and replace it, right? We can't do that to your eyes.
That's crucial. That is amazing. That is amazing. And so how often do you recommend people come in to get their eyes examined?
So again, it depends on who you speak to, but according to the American Optometric Association, they recommend that children as young as 6 months old start to get their eyes checked. So you have optometrists that are called pediatric optometrists, and you also have pediatric ophthalmologists, which I think we should talk about optometrists and ophthalmologists because people get really confused.
Yes.
People get really confused. So I'm just going to take a second to talk about that.
Please, because I'm confused. I don't know the difference. I don't know.
Good. So it's important. So when we talk about an ophthalmologist is an eye surgeon. Okay. So an ophthalmologist goes to regular medical school, and then they have to specialize. They have to do a residency to be specialized as ophthalmologists, to be specialized in the eye care industry. So think of your optometrist like your primary eye care doctor. Okay. So optometrists are doctors. They do undergrad, and then they go to 4 years or more of grad school to become optometrists. And so most optometrists do not do procedures. We don't do surgery. Most. Again, in some states we do.
Yeah.
So it's very legislative. It's state by state. But in the state where I am right now, we don't do surgeries. We do minor procedures like taking out metal from your eye, or, like a foreign body from your eye and stuff like that. And we also prescribe medications as well, like antibiotics and, and then you have opticians. Opticians are the ones that will measure your glasses and fit you in the glasses and actually make the glasses. As an optician, some states require you to be certified, but a state like Maryland, you're not required to be certified. So you can go right out of high school and be trained as an optician. So those
Wow.
are the kind of like the three main levels of eye care. So if you have a pink eye, you should be going to your optometrist, because optometrists in most of the states are able to treat pink eye, be it with, antibiotic eye drops or
Right.
whatever other eye drops that they need to be able to put you on. They will do that. Or even if you need oral antibiotics, in some states, we're able to do that as well. And then your optometrist now, if it's beyond your scope of practice, they will refer you to an ophthalmologist, and that's the specialist. That's the surgeon. Because again, you have different types of ophthalmologists. So you just don't want to stroll into an ophthalmologist's office, because what if they only do cataract surgery? Or what if they only do, they only take care of patients that have retinopathy? Because you have some ophthalmologists that will never prescribe you glasses, because that's not what they do. All they do is surgery, some of them. So you want to always go to, it's just like going to your primary care doctor first before you're being referred out. Is kind of the same thing.
So you probably should go to your primary care optometrist to be referred out, so you'll know exactly where you're going if you have to have surgery on your eyes, right?
Thank you.
So the doctor wants, I have dry eyes, so he wants to insert these little
Puncture
plugs.
clogs.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so that's an optometrist does that.
An optometrist can do that. And an ophthalmologist can do that too.
Okay.
Yep.
That is amazing information. All right, so let's talk, because I'm over a certain age. We ain't gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the cataract situation. What happens to the eye when you actually get cataracts? Can you talk to that a little bit?
I don't know if you've heard it before, but this is how we say it. If you have gray hair, you have cataracts. Not really, but
You should just tell me I got cataracts because I got gray hair.
No.
Truth of the matter,
So,
Dr. Siri, is the truth of the matter is I do have cataracts. I just discovered that I have them in my last visit a week ago.
Okay. So
you were right. I was just trying to,
So first of all, cataracts are a normal aging process. Okay. So, right. So, of course, like every other thing, some cataracts might not be a normal aging process. And we're going to go into that. But first of all, cataracts are a normal aging process where the part of the eye that's called the lens, just like the lens in your camera, it gets cloudy as you get wiser.
I like that.
I don't like the A word. I don't use the A word. Never.
Okay. So here's what I use. I'm seasoned because I got salt and pepper right here. See that?
And wisdom.
Yes. So when I'm seasoned, I might have a little salt and pepper in my eyes, so I need to get them cataracts.
I get that. I like that even better. Yeah, but okay, talking a little bit more about cataracts. Most of my patients that I've seen with cataracts, they start to develop it around mid to late 50s. And when we look at your eyes, when we look at the lens on the microscope, when you come for an eye exam, what we start to see is some cloudiness. And again, as time goes on, the cloudiness just gets worse. And it gets to the point where your vision is actually affected. And some of the signs or some of the symptoms, that we ask patients to look for is night driving problems. So there's lots of glare at night, lots of halos. That's when you know the cataract is maturing to the point where you might need surgery. And every time you come to see us, if your vision is not up to a certain level, even with correction, at that point, we will say, we think it's time for you to go get a cataract surgery consultation. One other way that you can get cataracts, or that I have seen in clinic, is if you're on oral steroids. So if you're on oral steroids, oral steroids will lead to cataracts over time. Again, it depends on how long you're on them.
Now, when you say oral steroids, are you talking about
prednisone?
Prednisone. Yep.
Okay. So your oral steroids, all the whole host of them.
I'm so
Okay.
glad I'm allergic to prednisone, so I don't have to have that problem. Yeah.
So yeah, so if you're on oral steroids, especially for a long period of time, and I've seen some people on oral steroids for like 6 months and they develop cataracts, and these are 40-something-year-old patients.
Wow.
Okay. So yeah, so you can still get cataracts while being young, just because of your, what's going on in your life. Um, and also trauma, right? If you have a direct hit blow to your eye, that can actually damage the lens, and you can develop a cataract that way as well. So
Wow.
always make sure, keep your eyes protected. So yeah. And then one other thing that I must say, because we just had sunglasses day, sunlight protection day, a couple of days ago. One of the fastest way for cataracts to progress is exposure to sunlight.
That makes sense.
Okay, so it's very important that we all are protecting our eyes from the sun. So make sure if you have prescription glasses, make sure you go to your doctor and get you a nice pair of polarized sunglasses, or go purchase a nice pair of polarized sunglasses.
Now, when you said polarized sunglasses, so not any sunglasses will do. So I like my cute sunglasses, but they need to be polarized, right?
Well, polarized sunglasses, they just block the light more, and in a different way, and they just have more clarity when you look through them. So when you go to the store, just try polarized versus non-polarized. You're going to see for yourself.
That is awesome. We got Francisca out there saying that she loves this, and Gillis, who said you make a great doctor and a big impact in the world.
Oh,
so
wow.
amazing. So amazing to have those comments out there and knowing that people are watching you on the show. You've got some great information. I'm so happy you're here. I'm going to talk a little bit more about some fun facts about Dr. Siri.
Okay, I think you said a lot of them. One of them is that I do have a teenage daughter, believe it or not, and she's amazing. And I do have a first son. You heard him, you saw him earlier on today, Blue.
Yeah, Blue.
And I just got married.
Hey, congratulations!
Thank you so much. So shout out to my husband. I know he's watching. Yeah, and shout out to my family.
What day was your wedding? Oh, you forgot already?
I had a tough day, girl. Wait, let me see. I'll tell you. I know my husband should be like,
your husband is going to get you.
But it was actually wait, was that on the 19th? It was on the 19th because okay, so in the African tradition we have like so many marriages, okay? So like so many weddings. Okay. Not marriages, so many weddings. So I actually had a traditional wedding on Saturday the 19th, and then I had my civil on Monday the 21st.
Okay, so you saved yourself right there. You saved yourself right there, girlfriend. What day were you married? You're like, let me think about it for a second. Wait, what? So we know one fun fact about you is that you're from Cameroon. Tell us some interesting facts about being from Cameroon. What is it like?
My background enabled me to be very hardworking. I think, the culture there is that we're raised to work very hard through whatever we do. I think that's one of the things that I think are ingrained in me from Cameroon is just being a hard worker. Yes. Yes. And standing out.
Everything I know about people from Cameroon is hardworking. They are very hardworking people. What else is interesting about Cameroon? You went to school in Cameroon?
I did. So I did my elementary school in Cameroon and my high school in Cameroon. And then I went to India for IT. That's why I got my I'm an MCSC, MCDBA, CCNA, you can name it.
You know,
MCT.
people that don't speak geek don't know what you just said. Okay, I get it.
I know.
But people that don't speak geek don't know what you just said. Look at that. That's my baby girl, Dr. Siri. So proud of you. Would help if I left the mic open and while I'm talking, right?
Yeah.
Immaculate Forba says, that's my baby girl, Dr. Siri.
Hi.
So proud of you. And Atunde, keep representing, doctor. God will take you places. That is awesome that you have people out there shouting you out and letting you know that they are watching. So cool. So
Thank
back
you.
to your Cameroon. What do you call a person from Cameroon? Cameroonian?
Cameroonian. Yes, you got
Cameroonian.
it. Mhm.
So the Cameroonian people, hardworking. You went to school, you did your IT thing, MCSE, and a whole bunch of other ABCs after your name. I get it. For those of you who don't know, Microsoft has certifications. MCSE is one of the top level certifications. I'll help them out. I'll help them out a little bit right there.
Thank you.
So you sought a degree in information technology. Has that helped you in your optometric field?
Tremendously. I mean, I literally set up, with the help of my husband, I literally set up my office. So tremendously. And even now, my office is very high tech. Hi, Rose. My office is very high tech. We use tablets. Our fax is e-fax. We do not have a fax machine. Yeah, we do not have nobody should have a physical fax machine.
Let's
2021. Okay.
Let's pause right there. Dr. Siri. Can you shout that out for the world?
No one should have a physical fax machine in 2021. Period.
But so many people still do and require you to fax things to them.
You have HIPAA compliant e-fax system, so you do not need a physical fax machine. So
yes, you heard it first from geek number 1 and geek number 2. You don't need a physical fax machine. HIPAA compliant software.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm really a geek at heart. I just people love you, sis. That's Rose. She's out there.
Love
More
you
graces.
too.
We're so happy to see everybody out there. And now we are at the top of the hour, and we have had a wonderful time talking to Dr. Siri Anderson, who doesn't know what day she was married. But we're going to be right back after this commercial.
I'm going to be roasted.
We're going to be right back after this commercial break. Don't you go away. Hi, I'm Barbara H. Smith, known as the Masterful Presenter. If you could figure out a universal language, personality code that connects with potential client, how powerful would that be? I empower people to communicate better what they do, what they have, and what they bring to the table. People love to buy. I don't need you to sell it to me. I come in there with an intention, and that's what you're going to do going forward. You're going to go into networking events with intention.
I am here benefiting from the wisdom of Barbara Smith. She gave so much information on how I can just excel in my business, and I'm taking it to a whole nother level.
I'm learning a lot that I didn't really know about my business.
The information that she's been presenting has been informative and helpful to me.
If you have not been in the presence of Miss Holmes Smith, you need to make sure you do so. Her workshops are authentic. She comes with such training, and she just graces you with her presence, and she allows you to feel the experience like none other before.
Labs to Go is your vaccination destination for students, teachers, nurses, or anyone wanting to get first-time seasonal and booster immunizations. We also offer titers to ensure you're immune to vaccine. At Labs to Go, there are no doctor orders or insurance needed. We can come to you because we are Labs to Go.
Get your vaccination at our office, or we can come to your business, school, or even go to your home. When you need to know, call Labs to Go.
That's my girl. That's my girl. To Cherie Owens, Owens Labs to Go. She is offering a free vaccine for the flu. If you're in the 757 or the Hampton Roads area, check her out in Virginia Beach. Her information was out there. So we're back with Ask Dr. Siri Anderson. And I want to know, is your husband in the same field of work as you?
No, he's not. But he's very technologically inclined, which helps me. I mean, he literally set up my entire office, so that's a plus.
Yes, it is, because it costs a lot of money to get tech help to come in.
You bet. He ran all the cables, did all the RJ45s. Yep.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what an RJ45 is, a connection to the end of the wire. It's on a Cat5 cable. You plug it into the wall. You plug it into the computer. I'm just saying. Look. I got your geek thing going on.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. I don't have to explain myself. You do it for me. Thanks.
And here's what I get a lot of. I'm getting ready to date myself. It's okay. I have been doing computers since 1980. Okay.
Wow.
So some people weren't even born yet that are probably looking onto this. But since 1980, before the internet was part of mainstream, it was always in the military first. Everything's always in the military first. But before the 1992, 93, when the internet really hit the scene. Mm-hmm. And so the majority of people my age are not technically savvy. So I get grouped in a group with the elderly that don't know about computer technology. It makes me so angry because I wouldn't have been able to tell the audience what a Cat5 was if I had not taken octet training. Okay.
Right.
If I had not learned protocols, if I had not learned anyway.
Right. Did you serve in the military?
I did not, but I did 20 years as a Department of Defense contractor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I worked with DOD, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, all of them. But yeah, I can do the whole alphabet, Alpha, Beta, Charlie, the whole thing. But anyway, I digressed. This is about you, not about me right now. Okay. So the other question I want to ask you have an office and a nonprofit. Do you work with a nonprofit in the medicine?
So I have worked with a couple of different nonprofit organizations. My best friend, Kaylee, she started one when we're back at school. She's been very busy with her own private practice and having 2 kids back to back. So we haven't really revisited it. I have also, over the years, I've been part of another charity organization called So Experience. He just does a bunch of different he organizes a bunch of different charity events, and even one time he went back to Cameroon and he offered free cataract surgeries to some Cameroonians, which was, I think, very amazing. We haven't been able to go back. It's been a while just because there's some political unrest in Cameroon, but we definitely look to the future. And at one point we were actually saying, if we can't go to Cameroon, we can go some other place. It doesn't only have to be Cameroon,
Right.
Africa is Africa, period. So typically those are the 2 main organizations I've worked with. In the future, I definitely, one of my biggest wishes and one of the reasons why I went into private practice is so I have enough time to give to charity. And with COVID, everything is changing, but in the near future, I look forward to, traveling, and you have a lot of organizations where you can travel and offer eye care and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that in the near future.
That's amazing. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Now, speaking of COVID, how has COVID changed or caused you to pivot in your practice?
Well, with COVID and during COVID, a lot of eye doctors saw people moving online and trying to get eye exams online and get their eyewear online. There's nothing wrong with getting your eyewear online. if you trust the people that are providing you that online, just
Yes.
because a lot of those companies, they have high volume, so their lenses are cheap, but at the same time, you know, are they what you need? Again, you have to judge that for yourself. And then the other thing is when you need adjustments, you're coming to us and we're doing their service for free. So you also have to think about that. You also have to think about the fact that we're small business owners, you know, we're local. So we have to, you know, you have to support us and we have to be able to provide those quality services to you in our communities. But I just want to say that as much as you can get your glasses prescription online if you wish to, I highly recommend that you do not get a medical eye exam online. You do not get an getting a prescription online is not an eye exam. You need someone to be able to look at your eyes inside out and to be able to take care of you the way you should be taken care of. So that has affected the industry, but just like I tell all my patients, one of the reasons why I open my practice is to have that one-on-one with my patients and to be able to take care of them as humans. You know, as much as I love technology and I've been in technology all my life, I still believe that we need to have that human
Keep
interaction.
in touch. That's right.
You know, human interaction, and especially when it comes to, again, your eyes, you know, it's just like doing a virtual uh, neurological exam. I don't know how that's going to go.
I don't
I
either.
guess you can do some things virtually, and we're not refuting that. But when it comes to actually getting that comprehensive eye exam, I highly recommend that you call your local optometrist or your local ophthalmologist if you don't have one in your area to get that comprehensive eye exam. And what I tell people is whenever you go to an eye doctor and they're spending 10 minutes with you, getting you in and out, you need to double check that eye exam. Again, I'm not saying someone can take 10 minutes to check your eyes. I'm just saying just make sure
No,
that
they
they're
can't, doctor. You should be saying that. They cannot check your eyes in 10 minutes. They cannot.
Yes, true. So you should make sure, you know, you're getting dilated. Okay. When you get dilated, it just helps us to see more back there. I've had cases where, you know, you look in the eye, you just see a little portion, everything looks good. And then when you dilate, you start to see bleeding around the eye. So sometimes you can have things that happen further out, and that's why we dilate. So I don't know how you're going to get an online dilation. I don't know how that works. I've never really, I mean, it's impossible. Let's just put it that way.
Let's call it what it is. You can't get an online dilation.
Yeah, let's call it what it is.
They gotta drop some stuff in your eyes in order to get dilated, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know how we're gonna do that virtually. I don't know. Maybe send the drops to the patient. That should be illegal, but anyway, I don't know. But I'm just pleading with everyone. Please, please, please. You only get a pair of eyes. That's all you got. You can't get another pair. Everybody gets a pair. That's it. So please.
And that's good to think about that you can't get replacement eyes, and you can replace your glasses, you can replace your
teeth, you can replace your nose, you can replace
your hair,
everything.
but you
your
can't
hair, your nails, everything,
Yeah.
but your eyes and your brain, you can't. So
we got another Barbara out there. I don't want to mess up her name, so I'm just gonna call her Barbara number 2. She said, "Go doctor, you rock."
That's my sister. That's my older sister.
Awesome! You got a sister named Barbara. So awesome.
Yes, I do.
Anyways, so talk to me some. I have to go to the eye doctor often because, you know, my father had dementia, but he also had, what's the eye disease that destroys your eye? Glaucoma, yeah. My father had glaucoma, and so they say it's hereditary. And so although I'm not scared of it, I just know I have to watch. So one of the things that I know about is eye pressure. And when my weight goes up, so does my eye pressure. And so talk to the audience some about how important it is to not just be healthy, but to be healthy because it is directly related to your eye health.
Yeah, so I'm happy you started by talking about your family history. So one of the things that I highly recommend to everyone out there is know your family history. Because some things you don't call upon yourself, but you're going to get them just because by default, because of your family history. So when we talk about glaucoma, we call it the silent vision or sight thief, because with glaucoma, you have zero symptoms. Okay, you're just going to be living your life, and then someday you wake up and you can't see anything to your left and to your right. So you lose your peripheral vision with glaucoma. People ask me, how do we prevent this? There's absolutely no way to prevent it, but you can be proactive. And the way you can be proactive with glaucoma is to get your annual eye exams. You know, if you're gonna stay for 10 years before getting an eye exam, if you had a family history of glaucoma, then maybe by that time you already started having signs.
Yes. Yeah,
so again, like everything else, or symptoms, yeah. So again, like everything else, get your eye exams every year. And Barbara, can I just say this? Do you know how many Americans pay for eye insurance, for vision
and don't
insurance,
use it, and don't use it,
and do not use it? It is unbelievable. And the insurance companies are just smiling.
Of course they are.
That's
They're
exactly what they want.
They're not even
That's
using
exactly what they want you to do. Yeah, don't use the insurance. So it is very, very. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second, Barbara. I'm so sorry. If you don't use your insurance, those insurance companies, they keep the money. And so again, insurance or no insurance, I know women that get your nails done.
Say it again.
Every 2 weeks, get your hair done, thousands of dollars. You need an eye exam once a year. That's it. No excuses. Period.
Tell them again. Get your eye exam. Stop playing with your eyes. You only get one pair.
You only get one pair. That's it. One pair for the road.
I absolutely adore you. You are hilarious over here. Okay, one pair for the road.
One pair for the road. So talking about eye pressure, let me just talk a little bit more. So when you go to an eye doctor, make sure they're checking your eye pressure. Normal eye pressure is about 10 to 21 millimeters of mercury. If your eye pressure is over 21, we become skeptical. And so we now start to get into your family history, and we get into your other histories. Having hypertension, diabetes, that increases your risk for glaucoma. If you've had eye trauma, increases your risk for glaucoma as well. So when you go to an eye doctor, these are the things, I tell people, I educate people so that even if you're not coming to see me, you know what to look for when you go to someone else. Make sure they're checking your eye pressure.
Yeah. They're checking.
Yep. Because the higher the eye pressure, there's a part of the eye called the optic nerve. The optic nerve directly connects the eye to the brain. And so when your eye pressure is high, the optic nerve is a circle. That eye pressure hits on the optic nerve, and over time, it makes the whole of the optic nerve bigger. And as the whole of the optic nerve gets bigger, you lose your peripheral vision. So that's in the simplest of terms, that's what glaucoma is.
That is amazing. And that is a very clear and clean explanation of what glaucoma is.
Give me 1 minute. If I don't do this, I'm going to go off. 1 second. I'm so sorry. If I don't do this,
while she's going to check her stuff out, let me explain to you how serious and how thorough Dr. Siri has been. Anderson, Ndang, your passion and commitment makes you stand out. Keep it up, Mrs.
That's my husband.
I kind of figured that. Thanks for coming in. And while you're there, Anderson, I just want you to know she don't know what day she got married. I'm just telling on her right now.
You did not say that.
Yes, tell it at her.
Under the bus.
She did know when she got married. She just had so many weddings that she was like, okay, which day was it?
Exactly.
But she's a beautiful bride. You are a one blessed man to have her as your bride. So we're happy to have you both on the show talking to her. We're talking to Dr. Siri Anderson about eye care, optometry, ophthalmologists, and opticians, which are three different medical professions lanes. And I just got some education on that. Hope you're enjoying what you're learning. One of the things that's a takeaway, get your eye exam. How often, Dr. Siri?
Once a year.
Once a year. And why is that, Dr. Siri?
You only get a pair.
You only get one pair, and they are not replaceable. So back to a serious tone. We were talking about going to the eye doctor, because I go to the eye doctor every year, and he does the complete comprehensive on me, because I've been going to the same doctor for 20 years, and he knows my history. He knows my family history. But what about those people who may not know their family history? How do they navigate through an optometrist exam?
So again, of course, some of us will not know our family history. I've had a lot of patients that are adopted and they don't know their family history. So again, that's not a big problem. It's not a big deal. And the reason why I say that is because whenever we find something, we're going to let you know. You know, I mean, for the doctors that do that, whenever we find something, whenever we take our time to do an eye exam and we find something, you're going to be informed about it. So the whole family history thing just makes you more cautious and also helps us with some diagnosis. For example, if I'm on the borderline of saying if this is one thing or the other, your family history will increase your risk.
That makes sense.
So if you have the disease, you have the disease, whether you have a family history or no, or
That's
not.
true.
Sorry. So you shouldn't worry too much about knowing your family history. If you do, that's good. So that makes, it kind of heightens our
Help awareness.
Exactly, awareness, and we're kind of more, we pay more attention to certain things, but it doesn't mean we don't pay attention anyways. We do. So I mean, I do, as an optometrist, I do pay attention to everything. So
And it makes me know from this conversation that you absolutely pay attention to everything. So if you're in the Maryland area, make sure you go see Dr. Siri Anderson. She's at www.siripremierec.com. Her number is right there on the banner. Also, now I want to talk to you about your family. How many siblings do you have, and where do you fall in line?
guess guess where I fall in line first.
Okay, guess where you fall in line. Okay, I would think you're either the eldest child or the youngest child.
I'm middle.
Are you?
Hmm?
They have some serious situations with them, those middle children.
Yes.
Just gonna say that. I just want to say that. I just want to say
I'm
that.
the middle child, and I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay, so you have 2
Yes.
above you and 2 below you. That is
Yes.
amazing. Are they all here in the United States, or some still in Cameroon?
3 of them are here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful.
And my entire family, almost my entire family, is in IT. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So you defected.
I am really bad.
But they gotta be still proud of you, because you're an amazing doctor. I can tell just by your explaining and educating me on the optometrist and sharing with the audience what you do and how you do it. Just amazing, amazing stuff. So you are part of a couple of organizations as president. Tell us about your experience with that, and what does that actually mean or do to help your organization?
So I'm on 2 boards. One of them is my alma mater. That's Salisbury University. I just love that school. It made me who I am. That was a very good undergraduate experience for me, and so I decided to give back in that way. And so I sometimes I do interviews, especially when it comes to the pre-med students. I help with interviewing them before they actually go for their med school interviews, and just anything that I can do for the College of Human Services. I step in and do it. I was recently, I don't think I have that on my resume yet, but I was recently appointed to the board of the um, Dorchester Center for the Arts, which is in Cambridge.
Wow.
Yes, so because I'm some kind of an artist, some
Okay,
kind,
a geek
but
and an artist, that's an odd combination, but good, good, good.
but the real artist in my family is my younger sister. Her name is Kalisma. Her art is kalisma.art. She is amazing, but I just love the art. If you come to my practice, it's just an art room. And one of
Oh,
the
that's
things that
great.
yep, and I did everything. I picked
You
out
did the
everything,
artwork?
and well, there's some stuff in there, but actually what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to use one of my walls as a mural to have
Okay.
local artists put their artwork in there.
That is
Um,
great.
yes, yes. So I really love anything that has to do with the art. And for those of you that don't know, Harriet Tubman, when you talk about Cambridge, Maryland, you talk about Harriet Tubman. There's actually a museum here for Harriet Tubman. So Cambridge is very rich in history. So if you ever get a chance, you should make sure
Yeah.
you visit Cambridge, Maryland. Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me something about your feelings, your take on eye LASIK surgery.
Oh, LASIK surgery. Oh, awesome. Wonderful. So when it comes to LASIK surgery, first of all, you want to go get a consultation, right? So you can get it from your optometrist, or you can go directly to the LASIK center and get your consultation, because not everyone is able to get LASIK. After a certain age, it's not recommended, because at that point now you're developing cataracts, and so you don't want to do LASIK and then do cataract surgery.
So
But
pause
for
right there.
patients,
Pause right there for a second. So if you're at that age, at that salt and pepper stage, the seasoning. I'm seasoning.
seasoning, yeah.
Okay. If you're at the seasoning age and you want to get LASIK surgery, you're saying you shouldn't get LASIK surgery. They're two different things, but they have the same. My understanding, the lens is being replaced or removed or
Okay.
both.
So there's some confusion out there, and I've heard it from a lot of patients. So when you talk about LASIK surgery, okay, that's what we call refractive surgery. Refractive surgery is completely different from cataract surgery, okay? But in cataract surgery, they can also use laser. And I think that's where people get confused.
Yes.
Yes. So in LASIK surgery, what they're doing is they are modifying the front surface of your eye. So if you wear contacts, wherever that contact lens sits, that's your cornea. In LASIK, they're modifying that part of the eye. Okay. There are two main ways to do LASIK, right? The first way is using a laser. They can use a laser blade to open up that cornea and then laser your prescription on your eye, or they can use alcohol to melt your cornea and then laser your prescription. Okay, so again, depending on your prescription, they can do either or.
I don't like either one of those options, actually.
No, it's not as scary as it sounds. Not at all. It's a very easy, straightforward surgery. Very easy. Now when you go to cataract surgery, that's more invasive, okay? Because if you think about it, the human lens that develops the cataract is inside your eye, okay? LASIK, they're just modifying the outer part of your eye. Cataract surgery, they're actually going inside your eye, taking out the middle part of the human lens and putting an artificial lens in there. Okay.
You just scared me to pieces now. I don't really
No,
want
no,
to
no. Don't be scared. This is a 15-minute process. It's very easy. 15 minutes. Literally 15 minutes. And some doctors do it even faster.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yes, it's very easy, very fast. And usually they do one eye, and then about a week later, they start with the worst eye. One eye, a week later, they do the other eye. Just again to decrease the chances of, if something happens to both eyes, you don't want that. Yeah. So, but they're two completely different things, but they kind of give you the same result, almost the same. Let's say almost the same. And the reason why I say that is because with LASIK, they can take your prescription to zero, right? With cataract surgery, they can take your prescription to zero. So both of them can give the same result. So the question is, why do you want to do both at the same time? That doesn't make any sense. No surgeon is going to do that. So usually when you're younger, you want to go for your LASIK. And now as you get older and get to the cataract stage, then you're doing your cataract surgery. Because after cataract surgery, what they try to do is try to get rid of your glasses as much as they can. Yeah. Sometimes you have to pay extra, but they can get rid of your glasses for distance and for when you're trying to read.
That is an amazing, amazing explanation. You have been a phenomenal guest. We have gotten so much information from you, and I certainly do appreciate you. Give us one more time, how do we get in touch with Dr. Siri Anderson?
So, first of all, I have my practice that I just opened in Cambridge, right on Route 50. So, if you're going to the beach, because I live about 40 minutes from the beach. If you're going to the beach, make sure you stop by. Even if you just want to stop by and say hi, I'm fine with it. I'm pretty down to earth. I'm like one of the coolest doctors you ever meet.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
Yeah, so stop by, say hello, schedule an eye exam, call us. Our website is www.siripremierec.com. Our phone number 443-515-9278. I'm on Facebook as Eleanor Anderson. I'm on Instagram as Eleanor Siri Anderson. And we're also on Instagram as Eyes on the Shore, because we live on the shore. So our Instagram handle is Eyes on the Shore. And we're also on Facebook as Siri Premier Eye Care.
Thank you so much, Dr. Siri. You have been a phenomenally amazing guest. And I want to thank you so much again. Thank you to my friend, Kimberly McLean, for introducing me to Dr. Siri Anderson. Thank you so much, Dr. Kelly, for giving us this platform, IBM TV, and my dear friend Mark Lee behind the scenes. Thank you so much, watchers, viewers. Come right back and be with us next week. Now, thank you again for being with us. Now, I want to remind you that right after the show at 9:15, masterclass. If you haven't gone to the masterclass, you're missing a treat. More information, more ways to be able to communicate your message. Go to bit.ly/BHS lowercase masterclass, and I'll see you at 9:15. And that's my time for tonight. So I want to thank you so much for spending time and space with me. I'm Barbara H. Smith, and I'm out of here. Hi, I'm Barbara H. Smith, known as the Masterful Presenter. If you could figure out a universal language, personality code that connects with potential client, how powerful would that be? I empower people to communicate better what they do, what they have, and what they bring to the table. People love to buy. I don't need you to sell it to me. I come in there with an intention, and that's what you're going to do going forward. You're going to go into networking events with intention.
I am here benefiting from the wisdom of Barbara Smith. She gave so much information on how I can just excel in my business, and I'm taking it to a whole nother level.
I'm learning a lot that I didn't really know about my business.
The information that she's been presenting has been informative and helpful to me.
If you have not been in the presence of Miss Holmes-Smith, you need to make sure you do so. Her workshops are authentic. She comes with such training, and she just graces you with her presence, and she allows you to feel the experience like none other before.